Hey you guys, it's Maria. Welcome back to my channel. Today, the video that I have for you is shameful and is going to be so painful to film, and I considered not filming it, but then I was like, no, I need to put this on the internet for shameful purposes. And that is a giant book haul. I have acquired almost 100 books. And I have put myself on a book buying ban. The only books I'm allowed to get are like my book of the month books and my pre-orders that I've already pre-ordered. And until I read 20 to 30 physical books, I am not allowed to buy any other books. And I'm trying to hold strong and hold true to myself about this because, oh my gosh, this is an insane number of books. It's an insane number. I have nothing to say to really defend myself on this account, so I am going to be going through these books rapid fire. I'm barely going to be saying much about them. I cannot summarize all books for you because we'll be here for forever. I did a poll on Twitter asking, would you guys prefer a few shorter book hauls or one big one? Everyone said one big one. I guess y'all all wanted to torture me. Actually, no, this is my fault. I can't blame you. I did this to myself. I'm doing this long video, I'm doing this long book haul, and that's the tea. Gotta keep myself accountable. And let's just get started. I'm procrastinating long enough. I'd also like to say these books are in no particular order. This is not the order I got them in. This is the order I picked them up in because they're all out of whack and all a mess, and I cannot categorize them. I cannot organize them. You're just getting them as I pick them up. So I got 9 Robin Hobb books, and so I'll show those to you really quickly. We have The Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, and Assassin's Quest. These are the 3 books in the Farseer trilogy. Next, I got Ship of Magic, The Mad Ship, and Ship of Destiny. These are the 3 books in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. And the last 3 books I got by Robin Hobb are Fool's Errand, The Golden Fool, and Fool's Fate. And these are the 3 books in the Tawny Man trilogy. So as you can see, I want to be reading some Robin Hobb. I decided to not complete the rest of my Robin Hobb collection until I've read at least one of the trilogies. So I figured I should wait until I actually know that I enjoy them. But the covers are stunning. I've heard such amazing things about these books, so cannot wait to read them. And I'm so happy I have them on my shelves. I truly love them. They're beautiful and giant. Look at this. It's so tall, I can't even fit into frame. Next, I got a bunch of Brandon Sanderson books, so I completed my Mistborn collection. I already had the Mistborn trilogy, the first 3 books, so I picked up The Alloy of Law, Shadows of Self, The Bands of Mourning, and Mistborn, A Secret History. So I finally completed my Mistborn collection. I'm very excited, and I have pre-ordered, I think, the next Mistborn book that's coming out later this year. People think it's coming out later this year, but I don't think anyone's 100% certain, so we'll see if my pre-order, if anything comes of it, but I'm very excited to finish this series. Next, I got the first 3 books in the Stormlight Archive, but I got them in the UK edition, so they're split up into parts. So I got The Way of Kings Part 1 and The Way of Kings Part 2, and so you put them together like this. It's great, it's gorgeous, it's fun. Then I got Words of Radiance Part 1 and Part 2. These covers are gorgeous. I love them, and I'm a fan of them being split up into parts. I know not everybody is, but I do like it. And lastly, I got Oathbringer Part 1 and Oathbringer Part 2. I'm waiting to get Rhythm of War. I don't know why I didn't just get all of them, but I didn't feel like it was necessary. I was like, you know, I'll just get the first 3 books. It'll be a good time. I'm trying to pick them up to show you. This is what we got going. The Stormlight Archive, my dudes. Here you go. I had pre-ordered a tour edition of A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, but then that hasn't come to me yet, and I wanted to read it before it came because I said they were shipping it the week of February 22nd, and I could not wait that long, so I got a normal copy of it, and I read it, and I loved it, and I talked about it in my February wrap-up if you've seen that. Next, I picked up Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I really want to pick this up. Reagan from Prue's Project has talked a lot about it, and it sounds like something that really be up my alley, so picked that up. I picked up The Lesson by Cadwell Turnbull for the Blackathon. This was the group read for the science fiction and fantasy team, and I've already read this and talked about it in my February wrap-up if you want to go check that out. Last month, I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, so I had to buy Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. Really excited for this one. Next, I got 3 books for Book of the Month because I think it's an insane deal that you can get a bunch of hardcovers for like $9.99. So every month I always get 3 books. So I picked up Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and I've heard such good things about this book, especially from Reagan from Prose Project. As you can see, I get a lot of my recommendations from her and other people, but I do watch all her reading vlogs, so I'm easily influenced by her recommendations, but I've been wanting to pick this up for a while, so I figured why not. I also got Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and I have heard nothing but amazing things about this, and so got it. It's about like the 20s in Mexico, and there's a god of death, so sign me up. Always love a good god of death. I also got The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and I got this because I've read The Nightingale and I really loved it, so I want to try more by Kristen Hanna, and I figured this was a good, cool place to start. 2 of my pre-orders also came at the same time, so that's why they're stacked together. So I got The Iron Raven by Julie Kagawa, and I have already read the first 2 books of like the entire Iron Fae extravaganza series, even though there's like multiple series within this big series, and I need to reread those and then read the rest of the series and then pick this up, but it's just such a stunning cover and I love her, so I wanted to support her. Next, I got The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna, and I just cannot wait to read this. It's about a priestess, I think, who's rejected at the ceremony, and then she goes and joins a group of women who are badass, and I think that's what it's about, and if it is, I'm signed up for it, and if it's not, I'll be surprised. If you guys watched my big birthday and Christmas book haul, you'll know that I got the entire Cruel Prince trilogy, so I decided to pick up the Modern Fairy trilogy set. It's comprised of Tithe, Valiant, and Ironside. And I also picked up How the King of Elfame Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. It was a Holly Black kind of day, and I wanted to pick up more by her, so I got this, and I think this is like a new release. I think it came out in January. I also got a box set of the Truth Witch series, I think it's called, by Sarah Dennard, and I know Sarah Dennard is really good friends with Sarah J. Maas, and I love Sarah J. Maas's stories, and while I don't think they're going to be the same by any means, I'm not expecting that, I am excited to pick this up. So this box set contained Truth Witch, Wind Witch, and Blood Witch. I also got Sight Witch, which seems to be a novella, so I wanted to complete my set and get this too. I got a box set of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. This is one I am super excited about. I'm going to be reading one of the books this month, which means I'm reading the 5th season, because why would I start in like the middle of a series? So that comprises of the 5th season, The Obelisk Gate, and The Stone Sky. I'm so excited for this trilogy. I haven't read anything by N.K. Jemisin, and I've heard such incredible things, so I'm so excited to finally get to this trilogy and own it, and it's beautiful, beautiful glory. Next, I did one of those like blind date with a book things from Half Price Books, and they did one for Valentine's Day where for $5 they would send you like 5 mass market paperback used romance novels, so gonna go through those really quickly. I got the Devaney Brothers by Cheryl Woods. I got The Lady Traveler Guy's Deception with an Unlikely Earl by Victoria Alexander, which is the weirdest title I've ever heard. Well, not the weirdest, but it's definitely pretty odd, and it definitely intrigued me, and I want to know what it's about. I also got Carnal Sin by Allison Brennan, which looks pretty spicy if you ask me. Christmas at Timberwoods by Fern Michaels. Seems Hallmarky, and I love Hallmark. And lastly, Irresistible Forces by Danielle Steele. I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. I think I read the summary and there was a lot of like cheating involved, so don't know if it's for me, but maybe I'll try it out. We'll see. I feel like this book haul has so much chaotic energy. I really just went out there and like got too many books, and it's chaos. It's true chaos. I just keep having to get up and pick up more books to show you, and my floor is littered in books, and I'm just like, why did I do this to myself? But also, why do I not regret doing this to myself? The chaos is real. I picked up City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. I really want to read the Founderside series and this trilogy. I think there are 2 other books, so I picked up the first one, and it has a really cool cover. I'm definitely a fan of this. I also got The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klein. I've heard that this will hit me right in the feels, so I am excited to pick it up, and it's also very satisfying to hold. Look at that. Love it. I got Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter. Allie Carter is one of my favorite writers from when I was growing up. The Gallagher Girl series was everything to me. Loved the High Society series, and I want to catch up on one of her other trilogies, and then I wanted to pick this up because, like I said, I really love her, and I have like a collection of her books. I got The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein. I've been trying to read more nonfiction, especially nonfiction about race and racism, and the history of that in our country, and so I figured this would be a good one to read. My housemate recommended this next book, and that's Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. And so I cannot wait to read this. Apparently it will make my brain grow and think all sorts of things and maybe have an existential crisis. Who knows? I also got Normal People by Sally Rooney. People keep saying that this is a very good book, so I figured I could pick it up. I'm not super into contemporary fiction. It's not my favorite, but I will give it a try because I do want to watch the TV show. I got American Dirt by Janine Cummings, and I don't know if there was some controversy about this book, but I have a friend who read it and she said she really liked it, and it was an Oprah's Book Club 2020 pick, so I figured I would read it and then look up more about what people have said about it and people's opinions and that kind of thing. Next, I got a box set of a series that I didn't think I was going to get a box set of, but I was very intrigued by it, listened to some reviews that were really good, so I got it. And that is the Caraval Trilogy by Stephanie Garber. Look at that. Stunning. Look at her. So the 3 books in the box set are Caraval, obviously. That cover is just gorgeous. I can't even. Legendary, which again, stunning cover. Like insanely beautiful. And Finale by Stephanie Garber. It's a gorgeous box set. I can't wait to read it. I haven't read like a true young adult book in a while, so I definitely want to pick this up soon and read it. Next, I've decided to collect the miniature editions of the Throne of Glass series because it's one of my favorite series of all time, and I'd love to have a little travel set. So I got the little Throne of Glass one. It's so teeny. It's so small. I love it. It has Bible pages. I can't even imagine what the next few books are going to look like because those ones are thick. This was the shortest book in the series, so we'll see what happens. Next, I got a box set that I am so excited about. Actually, I'm excited about all of them, but especially this one. And so I got Dune by Frank Herbert, and it's beautiful. Look at her. Look at her. Look at it. It's a mystical and spacey and magical. It's comprised of Dune, obviously, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, Chapter House Dune. If the lighting shifted weirdly, I'm sorry, but the lighting was getting weird over here, so I had to turn on some overhead lights, but we're back in business. I hopefully won't look like a glowing orb anymore. If I did before, I apologize. But I picked up the box set of the Discovery of Witches trilogy by Deborah Harkness. I've heard such good things, and I really want to try the TV show. I think it's called the All Souls trilogy. So that's comprised of A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and The Book of Life. And I also picked up Time's Convert, which is a novel within the series. I don't know if it's just like a companion novel or a novella or something like that, but I got that too. I picked up The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I've heard, like I said, amazing things about this, and I think I want to read this with my housemate and do a little book club, so we'll see how that goes, but it's beautiful, and I love the cover. I also got Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. Again, heard nothing but amazing things about this. It's a stunning cover. I mean, just gorgeous, and I really want to pick it up. Next, I picked up another trilogy that I'm really excited about, and I have been meaning to read for actual years, and that is like the Graceling trilogy and Bitter Blue. I didn't get Winterkeep yet because I want to get all of them in paperback because I got the new covers and I think they're so cute and they're gonna look great on my shelves, and I am very excited to delve into this. It's a fantasy series about kick-ass women and I just can't wait. I got The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare. I collect all of Cassandra Clare's books. It's just a thing at this point, so needed to get this one to continue with my collection. I got Black Sun by Rebecca Rohnhorse, and I just heard amazing things, and I love a good fantasy. I think it's a Colombian-inspired fantasy, so definitely high up on my to-read list. I got Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I've just heard really good things about Octavia E. Butler, particularly this book and Parable of the Sower, so I got both of them. I got The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. This is a book I've been meaning to buy for many, many years and just haven't, and I wanted to complete my collection, so got this, and I am excited to read it. I got Beneath the Keep by Erika Johansson. I have the first 3 books, so wanted to complete the collection on my shelves, but also this is a series I've been wanting to read for so many years now, so I figured this would be an excuse for me to read the first 3 and then read this one. I didn't bring them with me to this apartment, but hopefully soon. I also got The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, but I got this gorgeous deluxe edition, collector's edition. I think it's an anniversary edition for 10 years. It's just so beautiful. Look at that. I need to read this book, and I've been postponing it because I know that the 3rd book isn't out yet. No one really knows when it's coming out, and I don't know if I can take that drama and that confusion and that anticipation, but I love this edition. I'm so happy about this. It's truly gorgeous. I also picked up Sky Hunter by Marie Lu. I loved Marie Lu for a very long time. I loved her in high school, and I haven't read her books recently, and so I need to catch up and also read this one. And this cover is stunning. What the heck? I picked up Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari, and I have this on my list of, like, I have a top 100 books list that I need to read, and this is on that, so I figured having a hard copy would make it a little easier to read, and I could, like, make notes in it and highlight stuff and put little sticky tabs and do my whole thing. I picked up Midnight in Chernobyl by Adam Higginbotham, and I've heard a lot of great things about this. This is another nonfiction I've been meaning to pick up, and I wanted to give myself like a variety of nonfiction that I could read, and this one sounded really good. So it's the untold story of the world's greatest nuclear disaster, so I'm sure it's not going to be a happy time, but it'll be an interesting time for sure. I also got Medical Apartheid, The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Americans from Colonial Times to the Present by Harriet A. Washington. This is something that's really interesting to me. I work in a lot of like STEM health areas. When I read the title, I was so horrified and I wanted to learn more, so I picked this up. I also picked up The Great Influenza, The Story of the Deadliest Pandemic in History by John M. Barry, and I know this is too real for some people to read right now, like I totally get that, and I normally am of the same idea, but I think it's important to know, you know, what's happened in the past and how are we reflecting that in the present and how can comparisons be drawn, so picked this one up. I got Pachinko by Min-Jin Lee. This is supposed to be a generational family story and I love those, so I had to get it. I got Homegoing by Yaghyasi, and I bought Transcendent Kingdom in January, so I wanted to have both books by Yaghyasi, and I'm going to read Transcendent Kingdom first, but hopefully we'll pick this up soon. I got Hood Feminism, Notes from the Women That the Movement Forgot by Mickey Kendall, and the idea of this is so important to me because the feminist movement definitely can be white female-centric, and I think it's super important to acknowledge that so many Black women paved the way for so many of our rights, and a lot of the times we just ignore and whitewash over that, and so I'm very excited to read this and see how I can do better in general and be a better feminist and more inclusive feminist. I picked up The Mask Falling by Samantha Shannon, which is the conclusion to this series, and it's like the Bone Season series, and I got it signed. Look at that. It's also the collector's edition. This is the signature, and I'm so excited to own it and finally read the series. I got the conclusion to the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series, and that is The Desolation of Devil's Acre by Ransom Riggs. I've read the first 2 books and adored them in high school and just did not keep going with the series, so I'm very excited to own this and then finally be able to finish out this wonderful, wonderful series. I picked up 2 books that I've been anticipating for a very long time to read, and that is Jade City by Fonda Lee, and then I also got Jade War by Fonda Lee. This just sounds right up my alley. The books are beautiful, and I can't wait to experience the story. I got the conclusion to the Poppy War trilogy, and that is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, and everyone says this book series will destroy me, so I very much look forward to that one day, and hopefully it's soon, because I really need to read this. I got 2 collector's editions I've been wanting for a very long time, and the first is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So this is the little case that it's in, the slipcase. And on the inside, we have the gorgeous cover. And this is the back. Oh, beautiful. I love purple. It's stunning. I'm so happy about this. I also got the A Court of Thorns and Roses one. So this is the front. This is the spine, and this is the back of the slipcase. And then the actual cover looks like this, which is just stunning. What the heck? It's beautiful and I love it and I'm so excited to own it. It's just gorgeous. I also got Jonathan Strange and Mr. Durrell by Susanna Clark, and I have heard nothing but incredible things about this. It's a chunky book. I thought I was getting the hardcover, but for some reason I bought the paperback, which is fine. Hopefully it won't get too messed up on the spine, but yeah, I'm excited for that. I got The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. Number 1, cover is stunning, and like I said, loved Marie Lu growing up, so want to continue to support and want to continue to read her books. Next, I got 4 books that I technically already own, but I wanted the fancy editions of, so bought the fancy ones. You know, I did it, I'm gonna admit it. I got The Iron King by Julie Kagawa, The Iron Daughter by Julie Kagawa, The Iron Queen, and The Iron Knight. My plan is to read these again, well, at least the first 2 again, because I haven't read the last 2, and then catch up in the second set of 4 books, and then read The Iron Raven, and I thought I could do it with these beautiful, beautiful, stunning editions. And I think that's it. I think we finished. I think I managed to do it in a timely fashion, considering there were like over 90 books and almost 100 books. I do have a couple more books coming in the mail. I did put myself on a book buying ban, like I said, except for pre-orders and book of the month. And since I'm filming this on March 1st, I do have my book of the month coming and I have my pre-orders coming. But it got to the point where I was like, I cannot do a book haul with an actual amount of 100 books. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to start fresh. I want to have a different book haul later for the books that are coming. So, filmed this for you. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if there's anything here that you think I should read. If you want to buddy read a book with me, let me know. If there's a book you've read and you're like, this book sucked, or this book was great, I want to hear it. What books have you acquired recently? Let me know. Thank you for sticking around. Click thumbs up on this video if you support my chaotic book buying energy, and subscribe if you support my chaotic book buying energy, because I really appreciate it. As always, my links are down below for social media like Instagram, Twitter, my Facebook page, my Instagram, all that fun stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.